Hello everybody, this is Great White Northerner and we're back at it again with a couple boxes of pennies here. So this is actually my third attempt. If you're watching an earlier video, you would have known that I had actually 3 full boxes and some random bundles. I didn't find anything in those bundles, and then went through a whole box, did all the recording, and got about halfway through and I ran into some audio issues with some of the clips, but I really wasn't finding anything. So I'm back at it again. So we're going to do this box today, and we'll see what we get. And if I have to, I'll maybe combine this one in. This one's still sealed up. I haven't opened it up yet. Don't remember which banks these came from. I did have high hopes for these. I was really hoping I was going to run into some good stuff, but so far have not had much luck. Seems like we got kind of a short roll here, but they're just pennies, so that's not a big deal. But maybe they're just... Oh yeah, that's definitely a short roll. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully we get some better luck this time around. If not, we'll move on to the next box. The one thing I did find in the other box was I did find a 2005 P. There's a few of them that have been very elusive for me. So that 2005 P I had not found in thousands and thousands of pennies that I was looking through. It is the magnetic version of the 2005, and then I am missing the magnetic version of the 2010 and the non-magnetic of the 2008 and 2007, plus the 3 quite rare ones of the 2006 series. So there's in here, there's 2 of the new obverse, but they have a P on them. So, and there's one magnetic and one non-magnetic, and then there is a magnetic version of the no P version of that 2006. So I'm missing all 3. Those are all the hardest ones to find, and of course I don't have them yet. But it was kind of nice to find that 2005. I was really beginning to think that maybe there just wasn't one out there. So anyway, did find that. And that was really the only exciting thing from the other day. So let's see what happens with this roll, or this bundle, this box. We'll get there. All right, let's get at it.
What you mean when you say you a new hate? What you mean when you play like all night? Nightlife is a highlight. I'm a fly guy, this is skyline. I don't got the time for my problems. I got the time to dissolve them. Music is my oxygen, I'm putting no stopping. You remember my oxygen, the music when it's dropping. Somebody's vibes provided in these lines. I am to design the rhyme, check on my mind. Music be described, I got ahead of my time. Beat be prescribed, cause I feed it full of lines. Money ain't nothing, you turn it into something. I'm signing for the money, make you look real funny. Put my own name in discussion, I'm a hustler. Working real hard to show you that I'm coming,
Roll 4, and we have our first few finds here. 1964 Young Head and 1957 Young Head. And I've got a new pence, so they jammed that in there, and that caused me all sorts of difficulty trying to get the coins out. Run across these a few times in my other hunts there. The rolls have had these one new penny in there, and they kind of fool me because I think they might be like a large penny from Canada, but they're not, of course. And so that's my one foreign find there. I got a 1957 wheat cent, and flip that over so you can see, and then I got a 1963 here. I didn't actually check this 64 to see if any of the varieties were on there, so let's just take a look at that. No dot, no hanging 4. Whoops, let's go the right way here. And there's no extra spine, so that's fine. So that's it. Roll 8, and we've got a couple more finds here for you. So there, we've got a 1961 Young Head, and we did get a 5 euro. So I hadn't run into one of these yet, so that's kind of cool. Set that aside, nothing else exciting in there. Roll 10, and we have 2 more finds here. So we found a 1961 Young Head and a 1957. Also Young Head. Roll 11, and we have our first King George VI head, and it is in 1950. Roll 12, and we have a whole roll of US coin here. And right near the end there, I found these 2 back to back. We got a 1946 Philadelphia and a 1948 Philadelphia, both of course wheat cents. Roll 16, and I started to open this one, and as I did, I noticed the end. So you can see that. That's a 1941. It went out of focus on me there. 1941. So just holding in. Let's actually see if we can see. This side, no, looks somewhat modern. Obverse there, so well, 60s. Oh, there we go. That's what. That's what we're looking for. Look at that. Oh, this has got to be a collection dump. Like, look at that. Those are all 40s, 41s. So these are all King George the Sixth. 40, 40, 40. Yeah, like that. They're all in order. 41, 41, 42, 42, 42, 43. Really green looking 43 there. 43, 43, 44, 44. More 44s. Definitely a collection dump. There's no way they'd be in order if there wasn't. So 46, 45, 46. Oh, look at that. 1946. And we got a 1929 King George the Fifth. We got a, oh no, that's a, oh, there's the, okay, there's more back there. So what's this one? 39. Oh, okay, I guess, it doesn't make sense. Or maybe they just got jumbled up when they were putting them in the roll. 39 anyway, and 1929. So this one does have a variant. There's a high 9 and a low 9. So we're looking for that, the bottom of the 9 to be even with the 2 for the high 9, which is the better variant of this. So this is obviously a low 9, but still, so 1929. I'll take that every day of the week. And let's see what we got here. So we got another King George V, 1933. And another one. This guy is pretty toasty. Another 1933. Oh, kind of out of order here. 1938. King George VI. 1937. Oh, and now we're up to 1964. It's a nice looking one. 1962. 66. 69. Another young head. Another 69. Another 64 young head. Oh, that was the one we flipped over. Oh, there's another 64. So those are the variants we need to check for. Now this stuff offside, and then this is, well, it's all probably part of a collection, but this is the stuff that I'm interested in. So yeah, that's awesome. Look at that. A nice run of coins. So I guess that's why I put the video up, because here we go. Finally got a nice little collection dump there. So that's awesome. So that came, well, there's a bunch of rolls here, kind of all the same. Whoops, sorry, you guys aren't looking at what I'm looking at. So yeah, there's a bunch of them here, all the same, kind of in the middle here. It's a US one, hard to see. And we'll open that up next and see what's in there. Okay, awesome. So that next roll, roll 15, didn't get anything much. You can see mostly modern coins in here, but there was just a random 1957 D wheat penny in there. So well, we'll keep that as a find and move on. Roll 25, halfway through the box now, and yeah, we've got one lonely find here, a 1958. It's a young head, yeah. And so let's see if we got, I don't know if we got one up there. No, I do not. I guess I miscounted the last one. This one's roll 25. And yeah, we got one more here, 1962 young head, and that's it. All right, so I pulled this next one out and looked at the end, and as you can see, if I can get that turned around, get the light focus, that's a 1955. So pretty much all the other enders I've been looking at have been modern, 2000s and 90s. So this is a similar style of roll to the other one as well. It's in that same section, so maybe. See if we can see in there. Can't see in there. Let's see what we get. If I can get these to come out. They're in there good and tight. Oh, yeah. There we go. There's more of that collection by the looks of. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look, these are all King Georges. Holy smokes. Oh, some young heads. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. Guess we'll start at this end. 1955. 1957. 57. 56. And 56, yeah, so yeah, definitely a collection dump. These are all in order, more or less. What was this one? 55. This probably just fell out of order there. Oh, 50. Okay, well, maybe not quite in order. 50, 50, 1950. We're now into some King George. Oh, these are King Georges, right? Of course, 1950. More 1950s. 1951. Okay, so they're kind of jumbled a little bit, but they're obviously in order, maybe thrown in chunks or something. 52, 53, more 53s. Yeah, so they obviously all belong together, just that we're kind of thrown in out of order. Oh, now we're back to some King George. Oh, there's 1947. And, oh, 1947 with the maple leaf on it. I imagine these are all probably, yeah. Another 1947 maple leaf. And another 1947 maple leaf. And another one, okay. And another. Oh, and now that's 48. So there's our 47. We got one plain and several with the with the maple leaf on them. 1949. Yeah, this is awesome. Look at this. Oh, there's another 1947. Look at that one. I think that was 1948. Yeah, so up there. Oh, there's another 1947 and 48. All right. Well, there you go. That's another, obviously, part of this collection dump. So, what's this US one? I feel like I've this deja vu. Oh, does that say 1948? Yeah, maybe this is another part of it. All right, well, that's the next one. I'll come back to that one in a sec. Roll 32, and we have a few more finds finally. So we've had a bunch of dead rolls there, nothing much to report, but did get some nice stuff in here. So we got 1946 King George VI, and a 1960, a 63, and a 64. 64 I won't keep. Well, I'll throw it in with the rest of my bigger copper pennies. I did check it for the variant, but there's about 500 million of these that were minted, so not one I want to keep, but I will keep the rest. Roll 34, we've got two more finds here. This was a roll of mostly US coin, and we found a 1953D wheat cent, and also we found a 1962. There was some Canadian in there as well. I found 1962 young head, and I also found this 1979 in really nice shape, so I'm going to set it aside as well. So I was just cleaning off the US coins, and I saw this. Missed it when I went through it the first time. It's in really nice shape. It's a 2009. This is the Lincoln commemorative series, kind of showing different stages of his life. And you can see my fingerprints on there. But yeah, there's 2009, and there are some variants to this. So first of all, the mintage on them is quite a bit lower than the surrounding mintages, and then there is something going on with his fingers in this one, if I remember correctly, and I might need to get a little closer than that to be able to see if there's any additional fingers in there. It's hard to tell. I'll look at that one a little closer and see if that is a variant, but yeah, that's a nice little find, and it's in great shape, so happy to found that one. So roll 35, and we're kind of back in that same area again. The other rolls that I found were right in here somewhere. And so I've just pulled this roll out, and first thing I noticed, I opened it up, so I guess I might as well show you this while I've got it here. See if we can get the light in there. So I don't know if you can see that. That looks like a 1958, by the looks of it. And then I noticed before I pulled that open on the back is a young head obverse. So, so maybe this is another one. Let's just see here. Haven't found a whole lot. Whoops, knocking everything over here. All right, let's just push that out. Oh, there's a bunch of young heads. Yeah. Yeah, more young heads. Wheat cents. Oh, okay, there's a whole bunch of, oh no, yeah, a few US pennies in the middle there. Yeah, looks like this is part of that same group. So let's see here. You got 1963. 1963. And good looking 63. 63. Okay, yeah, so this is, so obviously it had a run up from the 1929s up into the young heads here, 1963. Some 65s. Check those for the variants. There's some US. Oh, 1944 wheat cent. What else we got here? 1952D. Pretty toasty. Oh wow, pretty toasty looking 1927. Get my hand behind that so it can focus. Cool. What else we got? Another wheat cent there. 1946. These are all pretty worn, but nice to find them anyway. 1942. Oh, there's a 1911. That's really slick. Yeah, hardly any detail left on that at all, but 1911. Another wheat cent. 1953D. Yeah. What else we got here? 1952D. Oh, let's say wheat cents here. 1942. 1957. So that's the last year that they made the wheat cent. 1942. What's this? Huh. That's a 935. Can we see the one? Okay, there it is. Yeah, that's I don't know if that's an error, but or maybe some grease in the die. But yeah, it didn't. The one didn't print. So 1935 with a missing one. So that's kind of cool. Set that aside. What else we got here? We got back to the young head. 62, 62, 62, 62. More 62s. These are a little bit nicer. 61, 61. Yeah, so definitely a collection dump, right? Like they're just all in order here. 60, 60, 59. What's this one? 60. What did we see in the end of 58? So yeah, that would make sense. 59, 59. And a worn one. There's 58. So I bet you these are all 58s. Yeah. All right. Well, that's not too shabby. So decent collection of young heads there, and some of the later King Georges, and then a whole bunch of nice wheat cents. So, well, that's going to stack up nicely. So I don't know. What do you think? Is this one better hunt than the one that I had with the 1889 penny in? Hard to say, but that's pretty good. I think that's definitely in the running to beat out that that other hunt. So awesome. Well, I'll stack these all up, and we'll move on to the next. See if we got anything else in there. Roll 39, and we got two more finds here. We've got 1943 King George VI head and a 1963 young head. 3 rolls to go, and we did have another find here. So we got a 1943 King George VI. All right, box is empty. So I would have to say that's a pretty successful hunt. Well, I shouldn't say all. A big chunk of it came from 3 rolls, which were obviously a collection dump. But we did get some interesting stuff from other rolls. And certainly filled in. We got a couple from the 40s just in random rolls. So yeah, it was a great hunt altogether. We did pick up some U.S. Wheaties as well, and we did pick up that 2009 Lincoln formative years one in great shape. So the Wheaties are all in pretty rough shape. All of them are really slick, and the nicest one here, of course, is the oldest one here is the 1911, and it is by far the most worn, of course. And then we did get a 1929 as well, 135, and then we had 850 in the 50s and 8 in the 40s and 8 in the 50s. So not a bad haul there. And then in the Canadian pennies, so we got 3 King George V's. A 1929 and 2 1933s. And then we got an additional 3 King George VI in the 30s. And then we had 37 King George VI in the 40s. So pretty much hit every year all the way up. And then in the 50s we had 14 of them in the 50s of the King George VI. And then, of course, the young heads started here in 1953, and we had 29 of the young heads in the 50s, and then we had 41 of the young heads in the 60s. So right up into, and actually, you know what, I miscounted. So 37, and then there's these 4 65s here as well that I was counting. So I'm hanging on the 65s for the time being. Because I'm having trouble discerning which are the pointed fives and which are not. They both have that angled, if we look at it on the screen here, let me grab one, the 65. So like I'm pretty sure that's a blunt 5, and they all more or less look the same, so it would make sense that that is the blunt 5. But until I can find one that is more pointed, and I can make some comparison, I'm not going to toss any of these until I for sure know what I'm looking at there. So other than that, yeah, what a great haul. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Oh, we did have some foreign coins here as well. We got a 2 euro cent and a 5 euro cent. I had lots of these. Well, I've picked up a few of these over the last little bit. But this was the first time I'd run into a 5 euro cent, so that's cool. Lots of these 1 new penny coins. So yeah, that's nice. Like I said, they kind of fooled me into thinking I might have got a large penny in the roll. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and take care until the next one.